This content is for educational purposes only. What you do with this information is at your own risk. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So things on the Nintendo Switch have slowed down a little bit until the next update. But I was looking around to see if there was any type of updates on other things. And I saw that there was a new PS4 jailbreak. And I never jailbroke my PS4 before. And thought that would be cool to check out. So that's what we're going to do today. And let's get started. Okay, so I spent a couple hours researching on jailbreaking the PS4. I wanted to make sure that I do it right the first time. And also, if anybody decides to follow along with me on this video, that I don't have any misinformation and I don't mess up your Switch in the process. But I did look around, and everywhere that I looked, the process looked to be exactly the same as all the rest. It's just the difference, what to me looks like the web exploit. There's different links. So I chose the link that has the latest version of the exploit, which is called Goldhen. And all of the research that I did, everything was about Goldhen. And this version was apparently released a month ago. So I'm going to go ahead and check that out. But before we actually start with like downloading stuff on the PC and doing stuff on the PS4, we have to make sure that we're not connected to the internet. And also we don't have any automatic updates. So if you're on your PS4, so we want to follow along with me, you'll see on the bottom of my PS4 it says I'm not connected to the internet. Somehow, some way, I had already done that when I stopped using the PS4. I guess I planned on the jailbreak ahead of time, but we want to make sure that we're not connected. And then after that, we're going to check to see if we're actually able to jailbreak our PS4. So we're going to go to settings. And the reason why I'm not checking about to see if we can do it is because, I don't know, sometimes people have automatic connection and then automatic download the update. So it's better to go into your network and then click on this option here to deactivate it. So you won't be able to connect to the internet. And then after that, you can go down to the system. And then here, instead of system information, we're going to go into automatic downloads. And if you have all these, any of these that have any check marks, then you're going to want to uncheck them. Especially this one, the system software update files. We're not going to be using this anymore unless it's up to you if you want to use updates. But since the PS5 is out, I'm assuming nobody's using the PS4 as much. So it'd be up to you. So we uncheck those things, and now we can check to see if we are able to even jailbreak the PS4. So if we go to system information, you have to see that your system software needs to be at least on 9.0 and under. But the latest version of the jailbreak is for 9.0. So if you're on anything lower, you would have to update, or you can update, which would be preferred because there's newer stuff for the jailbreak. And then get yourself up to 9.0. If I was on a lower version, I'd be showing y'all how to update, but I cannot do it here. But I'm sure if you want any type of help on that, I can probably help you out in the comments, unless you want to search that up for yourself, because there's so many other types of videos out there. But since I'm on 9.0, and if you're on 9.0, then we can go ahead and continue. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is we need to connect to the network. But we're going to edit our network server, so that way we can block any type of PlayStation connection using our DNS settings. So first things first, we're going to connect to the internet, and then we're going to want to set up an internet connection. It's going to be up to you if you want to use Wi-Fi or LAN. If you get this message here, settings connection for Wi-Fi already exists. Do you want to use the existing settings? I'm going to click on no, so we can start fresh. And here, how do you want to set up your internet connection? We're going to click on custom. And then next, just go ahead and find your network and see if you can sign into it. I'm assuming my PlayStation already knows the password, so I don't have to put it. And there you go. So on here on IP address, you're going to want to click on automatic. Here on DHCP, you're going to click on do not specify. And here under DNS settings, this is where we're going to want to edit our our settings so that way we can block any type of PlayStation Network for the future and safely use any type of exploits. So we're going to want to click on manual, and here in the primary DNS setting, we're going to want to type this out. So I'm going to use a PS4 exploit page on GitHub, and I'll leave a link in the description so that way you can see what I am seeing. And I'm going to put in, it gives us two different options, but I'm going to put in just one. Okay, so once you've used your primary DNS, there is two of them, but it says that you can just use one if you like. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the one of the options there on the GitHub. And we're going to go ahead and click on next. And then for MTU, we're going to keep it automatic. And proxy servers do not use. And let's go ahead and test the internet connection. You're trying to connect to network after setting up the special DNS setting and things like that. I got IP address failed, but it says it's possible because my Wi-Fi connection is too far, which is very possible. And we're going to go ahead and test it again to see if things have changed. So I'm going to back up because my PlayStation, maybe I'm in the way and my brain is blocking the Wi-Fi. But there you go. This time I actually got obtained an IP address. Internet connection was successful. PlayStation Network failed because that's what we're trying to do, especially with this DNS settings, blocking PlayStation Network. That way we don't accidentally update in the future and other things like that. So we don't need any type of PlayStation Network NAT type because I'm hoping we don't plan on using any type of PlayStation Network with a PS4 anymore. So after that, we can go ahead and check to see if it actually is working, especially with the DNS settings. We can go into the user guide. And here, once you click on the user guide, it should not pop up the actual user guide for PS4. It should pop up this, where it says right here, the exploit by this person here. So if you can see this, then the DNS setting is working just fine, and we should be good to go to continue. So just to recheck, it's very safe to recheck that we want to go into the system and make sure that you don't have any type of automatic downloads active, just to be extra safe about it. Okay, so for now we're going to leave the PS4 alone just for a little bit because we are already halfway done on that end. Now we need to go to the PC so that way we can download the exploit file that we need. So here on the PC, I already have the page open for the exploit area. And for you, everything that you need is in the description down below with all the links, information to jailbreak your PS4. So in the description, there's going to be a link that says download jailbreak PS4 exploit here. Once you click on that link, it should take you to this GitHub page where it's already ready for you to go to the download area. So if you see this page here, you're going to want to go to this part that says download raw file. Just go ahead and click on it. And then now we have the download image file that we need. And what we're going to want to do with that is we're going to want to use a USB drive. So talking about a USB drive, I'm going to be using this mini USB. That's a 16 gigabyte drive. And it doesn't matter how big or how small really, because I think the file is really small. It says 4 megabytes here. I don't know how big it's going to be after you burn it on the USB, but that's what we're going to do here. So I guess if you have anything that's 4 gigabytes and higher, that should be okay. But I'm using a 16 gigabyte and we're going to want to format it into exFAT format first. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so after you plug in your USB drive, you're going to want to find it in the File Explorer. So we are going to format the drive. So you want to make sure that you locate the right one. So I have two of them here. I have this one that has all my important things, and here is an empty drive, the 16 gigabyte that I just plugged in. So you want to make sure that you format the right one and not the wrong one. So I'm in drive letter G, so we want to make note of that too. So I'm going to right click on it, and then I'm going to go to format, and then I'm going to make sure that the file system is in exFAT. So if you have anything smaller than 32 gigabytes, it's normally a FAT32. We're going to want to format this into exFAT format because our image file is exFAT only. So I'm going to go ahead and start the process. And now our drive is formatted. Now we can go ahead and burn the image onto our drive by using this software called Rufus. And here on Rufus, which will also be a link in the description, we're going to want to go ahead and scroll down, and I'm going to click on the portable option because I don't like to install anything on my PC, and I just like to have it running when I need it. So once I download it, I'm going to go ahead and open it, and then I'm going to click on no if it's asking for updates, and I'm going to minimize this image so that way we can just have this on the screen. So this is Rufus. Here we can format anything into exFAT format, any type of USB drives, and we can also burn images onto it as well. So here you're going to want to make sure that you're on your drive that you have connected. And remember when I said you need to make note of the letter? So we're on drive letter G, and I told y'all that make note of where your drive is, just so that way you can know that it's on the same one. So drive G is here. This is where I want to be. This is also drive G, even though you know that it's 16 gigabytes here. So you see that you have your other options. If you have any type of other ones, you want to make sure that you're on the right one. So now that we have the right one inserted, we're going to want to use this option here, disk ISO image, or please select. So we're going to want to click on select, and we're going to locate it where we have it at. So here we have it in the downloads folder. I'm just going to go ahead and click on it and then click on open. So it's going to load it up here, the image file, and all we need to do is just go ahead and click on start. Here it's just saying that all your data is going to be erased because we're burning an image onto it. So just go ahead and click OK because that's what we want to do. And there we go. Now our USB is now an image file for the PS4. Okay, so after you're done burning the image file on your USB drive, you can go ahead and eject it out of the PC, but just move it to the side. Do not plug it into your PS4 just yet, because now we need to finish everything on that side. So we're done with the PC. Let's go back to the PS4. Okay, so back at the PS4, we need to go into the internet browser. So go ahead and locate yours and just go into it. It should load the web exploit that we added using the DNS settings from earlier, but I'm not sure if this web exploit has the latest version of Goldhen, and I won't be using it. I'll be using the web exploit that I know for sure has the latest version at the moment of this video. So before we go ahead and do that, we need to go into options from this area here. We're going to want to go into browsing history, and we're going to want to click on options again and clear browsing history. After that, we can click back, and here in the same page, we're going to want to click on options, go up to settings, and then go down to delete cookies, click OK, and then clear website data, and click OK. Now we can go ahead and go back into this area here. We're going to want to use the D-pad to go all the way up to the user, the URL area, so that way we can edit it, and we're going to want to enter this address here. So I'm going to just back up to this area right here and enter the address. But I'm going to most likely fast forward this because it's kind of long and I don't want to waste any of y'all's time. Okay, so that's the web address. If you want to pause it so that way it won't be too fast for you, you can go ahead. But if you're done, you're going to want to click on R2. Once you click on it for the first time, it should bring you to this page here, and it should say installing offline cache. This is because the jailbreak is not fully jailbroken. Every time you restart the PS4, you'll have to re-jailbreak again. But this allows you to use this offline, so that way you don't have to use your internet anymore. So that'll be a good thing. That way we don't have to connect to the internet ever again in that sense. So it says now close and reopen your browser. So this has to be kind of a quick process, because if you don't do it quick enough, it'll do it again and we have to wait for it. So let's see if it does it again. If it doesn't say installing cache offline, then you should be good to go. Now we can go ahead and click on this option here that says Goldhen v2.4. And it says loading Goldhen, please wait. Sometimes you'll get an error, sometimes you won't. So sometimes it'll say that there's not enough system memory. Just go ahead and click OK and try to open it again. So let's see if it does it for me. So it didn't do it for me, but like I said, if it does an error for you where it says error or something, there's not enough system memory, just click OK and try and click on Goldhen again until you get to this area here. Now it says to insert your USB from the USB drive that we burnt the image file on. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and plug in the USB. And here we have to wait. So don't do anything yet. You'll see on the top right hand or top left hand corner of the screen beside my head, you'll see right there, you have to wait for this message to pop up first. It says the USB storage file system is unsupported. Once you see that notification, then you can go ahead and click OK. And that was that quick. It shouldn't fail on you because this is the newest version now. I've been seeing that older versions used to fail on you. Of course, if it does, you can just try again until it works. But I did find some research, and I wanted to make sure that it was a jailbreak that was reliable. And this seems to be very reliable at the moment. So it says jailbreak done. Now remove the USB and press OK. So let's go ahead and remove the USB, and I'm going to click OK. And then you'll see the message above, or on that side again, on the top left, it says Goldhen v2.4 has been loaded, and we should be good to go. So now we can go ahead and test it out, or just to go check. And we're going to go into, I think it's settings. And then you'll see up here that now you have Goldhen. And if you have this here, that means your PS4 is now jailbroken, and you can go ahead and do whatever you want with it. I'm going to go ahead and post next videos after this because this is already long enough, and we'll see how to do other things after that. So you can go ahead and check in Goldhen, and here you'll have all the settings, cheat settings, plugins, games, overlays, and things like that. If you want to go into debug settings, you'll have here where you have the package installer, and you have the package source. You can use either your USB drive to install any type of packages, or from the actual hard drive if you load it onto there with that way. So it's got other things too. I really don't know how to use it. I'll be looking into it here and then, but I think that should be it. Let's see. This thing has been loaded with new stuff, and yeah, so it looks like we are on the latest version. It's 2.4, and you'll see right there it's changelog is 2.4. That's what we're on. So I just wanted to make sure we had the most reliable, the latest version before making this video, and now we can go ahead and test it out. So wait, before I do anything, I wanted to show y'all, after we're done with everything, you need to go back into your network settings, and then we're going to want to uncheck this. So now we're not connected to the internet, and we don't need to do anymore. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and restart my PS4 so that way we can see together that we need to re-jailbreak it every time. So I'm going to go ahead and hold my power button or my home button, and I'm going to restart the PS4. Every time you restart the PS4, you lose the jailbreak. So that's what the whole point of caching the web exploit for, because you're not going to be connected. You could just go into it and get the jailbreak again. So let's wait for my PS4 to reboot. And now we should not be able to have a jailbreak. So let's go ahead and check first before we do anything. I want to show y'all that, look, I'm still not connected to the internet. I'm going to go into settings, and you'll see on the top that it's user guide, and it's no longer Goldhen, and we're no longer jailbroken. So just to see in the system settings, oops, on the network, I'm not connected. Still not connected. And now we're going to go ahead and try that web exploit. So go into your internet browser, and it should automatically open up the web exploit because it's cached offline. And now all we need to do is click on Goldhen again and wait for it to load just like last time. And we're going to have the USB ready. So now it says insert USB now, and press OK. So remember, as soon as you push in the USB, you have to wait until it gives you the notification on the top left side. So plug in the USB and let's wait for it. Yeah, there you go. Finally popped up. Do you see that message there? The USB storage it's not supported. Then you can go ahead and click on OK. And then it says jailbreak done. Now you can remove the USB and press OK. And there you go. Right there on the left-hand side again, Goldhen v2.4 has been loaded. Let's go ahead and push the home button on the PS4 controller, and let's check it out. Oh, it actually says Goldhen right there already. Nice. System settings. Goldhen is there. And there you go. So every time you restart the PS4 or power off, you have to redo this exploit again and again and always. I'll probably leave it somewhere in the beginning because a lot of people don't make it to the end. But if you did, thank you very much for that. And yeah, so there we go. We now have Goldhen and our PS4 is now jailbroken. So stay tuned for any update videos on how to install package files and things like that. So thank you everybody that supported me. I hope that this is not too much of a change. I don't mind doing things like this. I wanted to do like the SNES. I have a SNES remake back there, or the SNES Mini, and see how that is modded, and the PS1 modded ones. See if there's all types of other consoles that could be modded, because that's seems like that's where the channel's going in that sense. So other than that, everyone, let me know what you think. And if you notice that I have the original PT demo on my PS4, so apparently my PS4 is very valuable. So I don't know. Maybe more now that it's able to be jailbroken. I don't know, maybe. But let me know if everything works out for you guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.